Super Sunday in the T20 competition, and two matches played out on the day, and in both matches there were four left-handers in all who really shone with their batting performance. So you'll have to say that left was right and these left-handers showed their might. You talk about the game between Kolkata and Hyderabad, and two knocks stood out. One, of course, was David Warner for Hyderabad, and then you look at what came through for Kolkata. Nitish Rana is the knock that I'd like to talk about. In the other match, of course, Delhi and Mumbai, where Mumbai played host at the Wankhede Stadium to Delhi. There were again two left-handers who got half centuries, and one of them really mattered, and it was a knock of 78 not out from Rishabh Pant that stood out. Of course, Yuvraj also got a half century for Mumbai, but that was in a losing cause. Let's break both these games down into the defining moments. We'll start with Kolkata and Hyderabad. At the Eden Gardens, Kolkata won the toss, put Hyderabad into bat. 181 on the scoreboard. That's what Hyderabad managed to put up, and that was a decent score, thanks largely to that very impressive knock of 85 odd from David Warner. Of course, a handy contribution coming in from Vijay Shankar as well, who chipped in with 40. But you thought that 181 on the board and 182 to defend is a decent score at the Eden Gardens wicket. But then, of course, you had to factor in the knock of Nitish Rana, a player who plays a lot of his Ranji Trophy cricket for Delhi, quite like Rishabh Pant does as well, and I'll come to Rishabh later. I'll focus on Nitish Rana. Remember, he spent a few seasons, made a big impact for the Mumbai team while playing for them in the T20 competition. Of course, now plying his trade for Kolkata, and he really did make it count. Opened the batting, remember, and got 68. An important knock when you're chasing a big score. You want someone to really dig his heels in and get you the run. So it wasn't Sunil Narayan who opened for Kolkata, but Nitish Rana. And then his 68 would have gone in vain had it not been for a whirlwind knock from Andre Russell. Well, the way the West Indian bats, I think there's a phrase that I can draw from one of the Marvel movies that really just fits perfectly. Hulk smash. Because that is exactly what Andre Russell did. He smashed the bowling to all parts of the ground. Remember, last 3 overs, the Kolkata side got 54 runs. That means on an average 18 runs per over. There were overs where they got 21, 19, and they were literally taking the bowling apart. Andre Russell got a whirlwind 49 and chased the target down when it just seemed that the Hyderabad side had got a grasp on the match, and that's what Andre Russell can do. And also the advantage of having wickets in hand, there's a license to thrill for the batsman, and well, that's exactly what Kolkata did in the end, earning a hard-fought win and starting their campaign on a good note, the two-time champions. Perplexing thought. You look at Hyderabad and the bowlers that they ended up using. They had a certain Shakib Al Hasan in their ranks, and Shakib didn't get a chance to do much with the bat, and unfortunately wasn't doing much with the ball as well. And once again, the big question will be how they use their foreign players, do Hyderabad, and do they get the right mix in place. But good start for Kolkata, and they can look to bigger challenges ahead. Let's talk about the other match that was played out. It was Delhi who travelled to Mumbai to take on the home team at the Wankhede Stadium. Mumbai won the toss and elected to bowl first. Gave a chance to Delhi to put up some runs on the board. I think one of the reasons why that decision was taken by Mumbai and their captain Rohit Sharma was in the hope that probably there'd be some sort of dew that will settle in later in the evening, which would make it difficult for the spinners to grip the ball. Also, the ball would come nicely onto the bat as the day progressed. That's what they were hoping, that once the pitch settles in, the evening might get better to bat on at the Wankhede Stadium. We've seen that happen in the past as well. But what Mumbai did not bargain for was Delhi putting up a mammoth score on the board, and that is exactly what Delhi did. 213 is what they put up on the scoreboard, thanks largely to contributions from two left-handers. Shikhar Dhawan, who's come back home. It's a homecoming of sorts. Remember, the first season of this T20 league in 2008, Shikhar was plying his trade for Delhi before he then started moving franchises. But he's back in Delhi and got a handy knock in 47 odd that really set the tone for the Delhi total. But the man who stole everyone's thunder was none other than Rishabh Pant. Got a quick fire 78, and that 78 comprised 7 boundaries and 7 sixes. So effectively you're looking at a huge mammoth contribution of 70 runs out of 78 coming in just boundaries and sixes for Rishabh Pant. He was absolutely unstoppable, and if he continues to bat in this vein all through the tournament, well, India would not be thinking too far ahead of him for the World Cup squad. And heading off to England, he might be booking his berth if he continues to bat like this. The other part, for Mumbai, it was disappointment. Trying to chase down 214 was never ever going to be an easy task. And once again, for the 7th time on the trot across 7 seasons, Mumbai have started their campaign in the league with a loss. For Delhi also, it was a similar story over the last 6 seasons. This time around, they broke the jinx and finally did start the season with a bang, which is good news for Delhi and their captain Shreyas Iyer. Unfortunately, couldn't do much with the bat, Shreyas, but the other batters chipped in, made sure big runs on the board, and Mumbai were literally batted out of the game. There was a half century, a 53 that came through from Yuvraj Singh. But that was a half century that came once more or less the game had slipped away from Mumbai's grasp, and it was more about batting for pride and trying to get some runs and reduce the margin of defeat for Mumbai more than anything else. Again, clinical performance by Delhi, who'd be happy that the teams come together and they can hope for bigger performances and probably bring back the glory days of yore when you look back at the 2008 and 2009 seasons, where Delhi were a formidable outfit before they faded away literally over the next few seasons for the last 8 or 10 years. But could this be the campaign where they once again attain glory? Something that you can look forward to. But all in all, as I said before, I'll say it again, Sunday was a day for the left-handers across the matches played in the league. But will this trend continue? We'll just have to wait and watch.